Good morning, good day, good evening, of course. Welcome to, for me, it's Tuesday, but for you, it'll be a different day. Welcome on in, of course, Galen Ant on Twitch, and of course, Galen Fuzz on YouTube. We're rolling on over, we're moving on over. Day 5, 3:28 in the morning. I want to welcome you all in. All the anthill, and of course, all the minions that are coming online. And I want to thank you so much for being on my social media, of course. If you follow me over on Twitter or X, I want to thank you for all those follows. Man, the VTuber community is awesome over there, by the way. I do have a PNG. I do not have my OBS running. Therefore, it is only faceless gaming only, when I download to YouTube. So, forgive me for that, but that's what it is. And I do want to thank everyone on YouTube. Thank you for viewing this, those who do. 7 Days to Die, I had spent a skill point. Since I had 2, I still have 1 left. Went into general perks, went into living off the land, put 1 point into gatherer to get that 30% less to craft. Very important today. The next thing we need is more mechanical parts. So my next point, I recommend you go into salvage operations and get junk collector. What that is, salvage parts and loot. But it also helps you in getting the salvage part books. This tells you 10% more damage to gain up 20 more resources with a wrench, ratchet, or impact driver. 20% more resources means hopefully I can find a wrench today, or at least get the and scrapping for fun magazines that I need to quote unquote get a wrench made, because I am having problems. Sun's just about coming up. We'll get a cup of coffee in us. We're going to wait for Rec to open, which is right next door. Rec is right over here. Also, I want to make sure if you jump down now, you're still going to end up with zombies running or sprinting at you. And if you're new at that, that's not a very comfortable thing, and they can kill you quicker. And some of them are what's considered feral, and that does not help you at all. I don't know if that has recipes or not. I'm going to look to see real quick if that actually has any recipes. No, it does not. So I can actually eat that. So I'm going to actually gulp that down. Now I do have a red tea here. I'm going to drink that. Now the red tea is going to help with my digestion. I'm going to show my character here real quick. If you're new to the game, it's efficient digestion. And what this does is food and water, cost of regenerating stamina, 15% less. You will not make you hungry and thirsty as quickly. So now it'll help you with your food and water holding up longer.
Trader Rec is now open. We got food and wares if you got the money.
And in my last episode, I got the bicycle from doing the quests idea. And there's food downstairs, I hear. Which is fine. We need to get more mechanical parts. So we'll take a quest to do that. So, where is this snake? There you are. Oh, look. Ouch. Rattlesnake bite. Damn nabbit. That's what that is. That's supposed to be a rattlesnake. That's the, or tube meat, as some people like to call it. But a rattlesnake bite should give you damage over time, because it is a painful, very painful thing. I'm just going to put all of that in here, even though it's not normally supposed to be in there. Neither is that supposed to be in there, but okay, good enough. All right. The reason I'm doing this kind of an environmental thing idea, I need more long-form content, of course, for, I'm going to be honest, everybody, for YouTube. So, thank you so much. Thanks for coming by. I really do appreciate you. And of course, Rex is going to say something really bad.
If you drink all the coffee, I'll kill you.
I didn't drink all the coffee, I made it, so you got a job I could use. That's a level 1. It's at the mausoleums. That's gotten really bad. Infested clear at the Morales, a sewage problem. That's an issue. And the Wagger residence is a fetch. Houses are good for getting...
For a simpleton like, well, good luck. By the looks of it, you got to quit gawking. Either buy something or piss off.
Day 7 is when he restocks. So... we're going to be dealing with infection a lot more, and that's going to really get you. So I do recommend you buy a jar of honey.
A sale is a sale, even if
and there's
it is
coffee
to a
in his thing, so
like
he can't be mad. This does change daily, so always check this vending machine. This is just water, so if you need water ideas, you know, it does have, like, Mega Crush if you really need to buy it. But I don't usually do the water thing because I usually find enough water in the places I go. But now we have a bike, we can get around a little better. And the biggest thing is for me now is to get mechanical parts or find a wrench. And level 2s are good for finding a wrench, usually. Now I'm not going to worry about the dogs as much, because I now have a bike to be able to get away from them. That's one of the reasons why I like the bicycle. Even if he has everything else available, usually the first thing you're going to grab is that bike, because it just gives you that mobility that you don't have. And I would have to be able to get a workbench, and that's my big goal for the day, or the goal for this actual... the goal today for day 5 is to get the workbench. And that is so I can build the other things that I need and get things moving a little bit better. And there's another doghouse. Just hope I didn't run into a dog. And there is a fence. Go figure. That was a little more trickier than I noticed. But there is something else I want out of this place of interest. And that is this mixer. I'll take it anyway. I will scrap the cement for now because I don't need it like that. I'll take the stones. Okay, it's right over here. Okay. Hi, Mo. Okay. Gonna grab that back up. Double dipping, technically, I could say yes a little bit. We'll take on Mo and let's retrieve the supply. So, but I want to see if maybe there's a wrench in that. No, but there's vehicle books, so you need those. I'll scrap the nails for now because I have enough nails for the workbench. But I saw him over here the other day in my... I said, let sleeping dogs lie. Technically, he was the sleeping dog. I didn't want to wake him up. Blueberries. Alright, that's good for herbal antibiotics, if you were wondering. Ooh, 2 coins, yes please. See, I'm looking for a wrench, so I'm kind of looking around in this. I was hoping that toolbox was... Ooh, some Gas. Gas. I'll take it. Okay. Because I took their gas, everybody woke up, huh? Oh my. Okay, wakey. Ow. Okay, give me a minute here. No hug. You're not getting up. Dang, nabbit! My batteries just died on me. Well, that ends that run. No, technically I'll respawn, but that just ended that run. No, that just killed me. Nope. That's what I get for putting in better batteries, I guess. Well, that just bit it. That's no longer day 5, everybody. Yeah, we did all right with this run. That's okay. That was... all of a sudden, my controller no longer worked. I'm like, well, that kind of bit. Well, surprise. Now I'm going to show you guys how this kind of goes from the beginning, I guess. A death surprise by controller death. All right. That kind of bites. All right. This kind of... well, that'll be a good... so what I have to do here is continue game. Go into this one, because I have to delete this save. So I'll delete both of these. Delete. And we're going to go in here and delete. And delete. Boop. There is save data here, so you have to go into manage saves. And remove these. Delete the worlds, because it's in 2.2. And in 2.3, and delete that world. And now you see I have all this saved data. Alright, back. Alright, now we can go into new game. First one that's going to show up, of course, is Nav's game. We're going to change that to just survive. Change that to survive. We're going to go new random world. We're going to just pop off a name. Let's see. Something for noobs or beginning players, because that's what I play as. I always play as a beginning player. Someone who just bought the game or has modified the game after maybe in a week or two, gotten used to some of the advantages, and just going to call it healthy. World size. Now, it says 8,000. That's 8,000 kilometers, give or take. But I like to have it short. I like doing short chunks. Now, adventures, default. I like to do 90-minute days just because it's nice and long, but 60 minutes is the default, which actually is 70 minutes. I like to make sure Blood Moon is disabled while we're doing something like this. Airdrops are disabled. Biome progression is off. Storm frequency is off because you're not trying to just get yourself killed. Everything else is basically normal. Give yourself a little bit more block damage. The normal is 100. I do 150 because it's a little easier for you. Loot abundance. This is maxed out. Normal it's 100. I go up for these. I do 200 so we can get good stuff early. Drop on death, nothing. The default is everything. So I have nothing drop on default. And then of course it's XP only. And then of course you have loot respawn time every 7 days, and everything else is... Now this is the one thing, 31, I've reduced this down. Standard is 41, I've reduced that down to 31. It's only the size of a block. And... there. Just give you guys a little bit of how I start things out. So I'll call it I'll call it starting over when I come over on this one, and trying to be a little more healthy about it. So when it ports over to YouTube, it'll call, instead of day 5, it's going to be day 1 starting out. Sorry if the music's a little loud, but that's kind of how it rolls. Okay. There is drops to be earned, of course. I did not realize that. On Twitch, anyway. All right. Okay. There we are. And I think I have clipped that. There we go. I think that's down there. All right. Well, I ended up dying due to my controller being... all of a sudden, my controller said, confirm. I'm like, what do you mean confirm? I'm like, well, that's interesting. Make sure your batteries are fully charged when you... They were fully charged when I used them yesterday, so... Oh, well. They burned out quick. So, I will double check in. Just want to say hello to everyone. There we go. And of course, my Stream Elements is set up, so. And it's writing the worlds right now. So if you want to join my Discord, I believe I have a thing for it. I believe it's something like that. Discord? Give me a minute. I can't type great quote today very well. Yeah, there we go. It was in there somewhere. There. And spawn in a random location. Yes, please. All right. So I like doing permadeath runs. It makes things a little more interesting. Random worlds. All right. And I always recommend, even a lot of us that have played this for many, many years, do the beginning quests. Always do the beginning quests. You can read this just to get it out of your inventory. I usually grab a whole bunch extra because I play Alpha 16 a lot more than what you think. So I'm always grabbing way extra than what the game says. I'll show you here in a second why. Okay, I'm gonna grab you. Cotton plant, you betcha. But I wanted to grab a stone before I grabbed the cotton. I'm kind of just cutting the grass here right now. I know it looks like that, but I'll tell you there's a reason why in a minute. I mean, just want to make sure I grab these stones. Because when I do this, it's going to be a lot faster if I show you. Now, when I first started out, there was no quest. There was no quest things when I used to start out. So these were added in later on. So I'm way different than everybody else. Unfortunate. There was no real quest. There wasn't even... Traders didn't even really do anything for you when you started out. In Alpha 16. They were basically just there. To be honest. You learned pretty much by, oh, oops, there it was, and that's how you did it. You kind of learned, ooh, this is what I need to have to survive. I died multiple times to multiple things because I didn't have a tutorial. There was no... It was learned by doing, pretty much. And if you messed up, you messed up big time, and that was your magnum opus, usually, is what would happen there. And death carried a lot more consequences, I will state, in the game, so it was just easier to learn to play by permadeath. So each time you died, you started over, you figured out, okay, don't do that again, and each time you did, you got better and better at the game. That's kind of how that rolled. And on Xbox, it was, you know, it's considered the Legacy Edition. So it's what makes things interesting. I am still looking for more stones. I don't want to go too far from my beginning spot because zombies can spawn in. But I need stones, bugger. You know, those magical things I need? Like stones. There we go. There's a stone. Alright, there's gather resources complete. Now that throws you off, but the gathering resources, so I'm going to show you, kind of, because there was one thing I forgot to do. Okay, bird nests, I'm going to look. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do my other thing first. So, we're going to go into challenges. We're going to click this, and we're going to hit redeem. Gather fibers. Craft a stone axe. So now it says craft stone axe. So now it's going to have this little icon here to craft a stone axe. And that I'm going to need because now I'm going to grab that and do this. Now I got extra stuff for that. I got feathers, cloth, and eggs. That's what I did. I wanted to kind of show that for you guys. So these recipes, I'm going to go to cloth fragment, make up a bunch of them because I need them. All right, now. Harvest wood, harvest stone. So now, I'm also going to harvest this bird nest. I'm going to do these here real quick. So that's helping me out a lot. Check these piles just in case. You never know. Nice. That's good stuff for starting out. Okay, I want more wood. Now I'm also going to look for stone. Okay. Just going to go over here real quick and grab a stone. All right. Now it says to craft primitive outfit, and that's what they're showing. Go over here to armor and craft the rest. So start by crafting the shoes, the hood, the gloves, and then the outfit. This will help you in the beginning. I'm going to scrap this one. Now, I'm going to go jump to my character. You can see here that I have the hood, the outfit, the gloves, and the shoes. That will give me armor. And armor is right here of 30. It says 1.65, but it's basically an armor of 30. And that's helpful versus the zombies. If they do clap into you, you've got some kind of protection. Alright. And if you're wondering where your water and food bar are, unfortunately, I prefer them on the HUD over by where the health bar and the run stamina is. But they've got them as green and blue underneath the toolbar. To actually see what your food and water actually is, underneath character, go to core characters, go to stamina listed, there's your food, and there's your water here in actual percentages. Okay, now we can actually craft a wooden club, which gives you just your first weapon, technically speaking. I just move these over. I put my health thing on here. This is also a weapon. Your torch has a melee damage of 10. Your melee damage of 12 of a wooden club. So between these two, there's not much difference. But the advantage to that is it causes 30% chance to burn. So, in all actuality, you may want to... And here's the funny one. You may think about actually burning your target more. Alright. Now, 43 of those. That's good. I can craft the bow. Primitive, that means it's barely functional, but it will do the job. Stone arrow, I can at least get 26, but I want more than that. So I want more stones. I'm going to really need way more stone. See if I can get more eggs, though. Ammo works, though, too. Alright. And the problem is when you're making those, you also need more wood. So when you're crafting arrows, you're always going to need stone and you're going to need wood to begin with. After a little bit, you won't need that no more. Well, this is a good spot for... Alright. Just going to do a little bit more here. Beautiful. Do I have 49 out of 54? Fine, we'll do 40 of them. 40 is nice. We'll do that. Boom. Get those on their way. Get them on their way. Get those on. Now, it used to be you could take cotton plant and actually make primitive armor. Yeah, I know. They removed primitive armor from the game. So, kind of makes things a little bit more tricky. Now it's redeem these challenges. So we can go over here, go to this, and just click redeem, 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 redeem. Boom. And now it's going to give you a note. Capable with much potential, and now welcome aboard Noah. So now it's going to give me where Wrecked is. And I like to be at a wreck by noon. But I also try to grab some stuff to sell while I'm on my way to the trader. Namely, namely brass. If I can find brass and stuff, I try to sell that. It's what I usually sell to the trader to make. I thought I saw it. Well, too late now. Okay. We'll go to the road and see if maybe there's something I can plink. Okay, one of the worthless perks, he said. Animal tracker. And the reason being is, note what I can see right on the road. And it's moving. Oh, that's new. That's kind of cool. Bees? No, okay. I hate the noise they make, but... a little off. Jeez. When you're first starting out, your shooting with this thing is... oh my word, it's that bad. I just saw where my arrow landed. It's bad. Get it. This is why I prefer guns, but that's alright. We can get one in a few minutes, but... bees, be careful of bees now. They can come out of here and infect you. They've added that to it. Oh, great. The quarry. Just what I don't need. That's one of the new places of interest that they've added in. You do have a can of chili and a couple glasses of water to get you through parts of your day, but I do recommend finding eggs. It is now noon. You can hear them. You can hear that. So now I need to get around this quarry. Great. I'll start looking for mostly food. Ammo will work though too, but I was hoping to get a chicken or something, but that's not going to happen. That's fine. Eggs will work. I'll take eggs. I have water if I have to. If they still had dysentery on the eggs, I would boil the eggs. Even though it's a reduction of my water, I would still do it. Okay. But there's one more thing you do get, and that is skill points. You get 4 of them. As a beginner player, I recommend strength and put them all into it. Max that up. Now, you have 5 points in strength. Now, what that's going to do for me is a big help for anything I use in my tools. Oh, that was 4 eggs, right? Now I've got 8 eggs. That's good. That'll do. That'll do me nicely. Now, I have to watch my stamina bar, but now if I attack anything, I got some clobbering strength. I can really clobber them well. I can't attack them with the bow and arrow real well, but I can defend myself very, very up there. Now, if you're in the upper changes of the game and you've gotten used to it, you can go with what is considered to be an agility build, where you're faster, you less stamina, but you become more of a one. Your biggest goal is not to get hit by the zombies. And like I said, I'm trying to get there. Now, I bumped my strength up. Now, I heard Mo. So, the biggest thing is I've got... Now, even this will do more damage. He's on fire. Thanks, Mo. Headshots do way more damage when you put 5 points in there. Ouch. And now I've got a concussion. Go bloody figure. Oh, I got some parts. Already have a stone axe level 1. And now I need... So now I've reduced down to less idea. Because I've got a concussion. And you need painkillers to take care of that. So we'll scour around. Maybe he's got medical in here. He's not much good for it, but we'll do a real quick scour and see if we can't find some wonderful stuff. Time 6:50. Okay. 6:50 my time. I'm gonna see if he's got any painkillers. Maybe he does. Maybe he's got it in the truck. Oh, nice water. That'll help. Murky water even will... Ah, there we go. Some vehicle books. Water. Yes, I'm going to grab that nasty sandwich. You never know. Alright. Going to check the truck. Nice. I have bicycles, but I can't unlock right now a workbench. So that's why you do the tier 1s to get a bicycle. Come on. There's the dew collector. You are protected within the confines of... Now, if this was Darkness Falls, I would be going out to get that zombie real quick. Because the zombie compound is not protected in Darkness Falls. The trader protection is off. I could sell those to actually get some money. I have the forge. I'll leave that in there. I want to check and see if he's got any chicken stuff. Any chickens? No. Shoot. I haven't seen anything usable yet. Oh, good. Cans of miso, that'll help. That'll keep us some food. Ah. I was hoping for maybe some clothing parts. Alright. There's a couple more places to check. Check the trash. Check the desk. Okay. These aren't searchable. Searchable. It'd be nice if they were, but they're not. But up here, sometimes I'm looking for brass specifically. Nothing there. And water. Good. Alright, that's a good amount of water to start you off anyway. So, looking pretty good. You got an armor plating mod. I'm going to show you where that can go. That can actually go on you. That can actually help you a little bit. That will help right here. That will give you an 8. But at least it's better than nothing. And I can sell these for what I need.
If you want some fancy good afternoon greeting, go suck up to Trader Joel. If you want... Look, Buckhead, what are you standing there for? Don't you have... I sell to anyone, even morons like
now,
you.
That will give me money. And I will... lock those in. Boom. Now... Recog, I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to sell it. That's going to help me. That I'm going to need. Technically speaking. Those I need like that. And that is a problem. That is a major issue, actually. Can't sell that yet. Alright. Alright. Let's see if he's got what I need. Do you got what I need? Nope. So he doesn't have any medical.
Even if it is to a scumbag like
He
you.
clocked me good, and now I'm stuck. Alright, day 1. We're going to call this good. This is a nice little spot to stop. We got a nice little thing to do with the trader. It says land claim block, but we're going to change that quests. We're going to click that and make the intro to buried supplies be the next idea. So where is that? Right over there. Alright, we're going to make that the next episode. Thank you so much for viewing. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for keeping up with me. I am, of course, Galen Ann. I go by Galen Fuzz on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming by.